Well, if you thought that what Marlo and Sheree had to say about Kandi and Todd on this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta was going to go unchecked, then you thought wrong. Okay, we're going to talk about that in this episode, but make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, and join the texting community as well. All the links will be placed in the description of this video. But right now, we got to get into Kandi and Todd responding to Miss Mama Marlo and Miss Mama Sheree. Now, for those of you guys who did not see this past week's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, you are missing out on what was an epic episode. I mean, many of us have been rating this week's episode one of the best of the season. And honestly, the numbers don't lie. When you head over to our friends over at TV Deets, you can actually see that this week's episode was rated 1 million viewers. This is the first episode of season 14 to score over 1 million live viewers. And Marlo's episode of Watch What Happens Live was in the higher range with 603,000 viewers as well. And you know, typically Watch What Happens Live gets about maybe 400,000 to 300,000 viewers per episode. So to me, this was on the higher end. So with the numbers not lying, this was a season high for The Real Housewives of Atlanta for season 14. The numbers don't lie. The people are watching right now. And whether or not it's because of Marlo, I mean, that remains to be seen. You guys can let me know in the chatterization down below. But Marlo and Sheree were definitely making some waves on this past week's episode. And to remind you of what Marlo had to say about Kandi, she said, Kandi is the money mom. You got a whole team, a daddy daycare. You don't even have it in your heart how to help other people. And Sheree says she's for herself. Marlo said, yeah, first of all, Kandi was a hoe, okay? She effed everybody for free. That punani was bad. And that punani wasn't good. And that's why you around here got a date underneath your tax bracket, okay? And Sheree added, preach. Then Marlo said this about Kenya. And Kenya, I'm Miss USA, and I have yacht, dot, 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 dot. F you, you was a video hoe. I don't know no one that was a video hoe. You went through every rapper and you still didn't get a ring. And then Sheree chimed in with facts, okay? So there was all that. So Kandi and Todd, you know, they happen to be, you know, at an award show. Because, you know, Kandi be at the award shows, you know, on the award show circuit, doing the things, the big things. And so an interviewer for Where Is the Buzz, they got a quick couple of bites out of Kandi and Todd about Marlo throwing so much shade at Kandi. And Kandi says she's not impressed at all. She says Marlo tries, bless her heart. Now, the interviewer asked whether or not Marlo had reached out to her since all of her comments about her from this past week had gone viral. And Kandi said, of course not. But you know what? I'm glad she didn't, because at the end of the day, I just saw today's episode that's going to air tonight, meaning the episode that just aired. And she's saying some of the same things. So I'm like, oh, okay. So this is something that she's been saying on the show that I wasn't around to hear. Then she says, so I'm like, oh, I get it. So she's going to keep running this BS. We don't even need to talk. So then the interviewer asked, what has Sheree been given this season? And Kandi said, she's been giving played by Tyrone. She's been giving played. And I was like, ooh, not been giving played. Now, to me, I feel like Sheree kind of deserved that one, you know, because ultimately, a lot of you guys pointed this out. In the episode prior to, Sheree was on the phone with Kenya. Kenya was the person that Sheree was calling to console her after Tyrone had stood her up. Kenya even offered to get her a plane ticket back from Philly. So for Kenya to have been that supportive, it seemed very ironic for Sheree to all of a sudden flip it when she felt like Kenya didn't show up for her because Kenya was sick. Like, why would you know, we all know the situation with getting these tests and the pandemic and all of that kind of stuff like that. So it's surprising to me that Sheree would drag that. But anyway, so I'm not even shocked that Kandi went there by saying she was giving play, because Sheree was pretty much co-signing every single thing that Marlo said about Kandi and Kenya in the episode. So then Todd was asked about his thoughts on the Sheree and Tyrone situation. And, based on the article, like and if you get this from urbanbellmag.com, I'll place the link in the description down below because this is where I first seen it at. They were like, he kind of wanted to go in, but Kandi told him to keep cool. So he said, it's hard to watch the episode and they talk crazy about you, okay? He said, but wait. I'm really good though. I'm confident in my skin. I'm cool. You can talk crazy about me, but for me, it's like my wife has contributed so much to this franchise. And the stuff they're saying, it just shows where they're not at. You know what I mean? And what they want and what they're reaching for. You know what I mean? So I'm good. So, it was funny because I felt like Kenya had posted something that kind of echoed this sentiment that said, it was a post of her and Kandi that said, everybody wants to be us. And it kind of made me wonder, like, do you guys feel like Sheree and Marlo are coming at Kenya and Kandi because Kenya and Kandi kind of hold the titles as queen bees of this show, specifically because, obviously you don't have Nene anymore. Portia's not around. And so Kenya and Kandi have technically been the long running housewives on this franchise with regards to who we see on the show at this point in time. Yes, Sheree is an OG, but she's kind of been in and out of the franchise for quite some time. And Marlo, in just getting her peach, I kind of wonder if maybe Marlo feels some type of pressure to make good television or to go extra hard at people so that she can justify having her peach and keeping her peach. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I would be really interested in hearing your thoughts on this because this whole thing, I think, is going to blow up. And I feel like Kandi is really saving most of it for the reunion or for the next time that she's on Watch What Happens Live or some really, really public platform. So I can't wait to hear what her exact responses will be, especially as the episodes continue to air. And to me, it wouldn't be shocking if we see more of some negative things that Marlo will have to say about Kandi as the episodes go on, especially leading up to their big blow up that we do know is coming. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section down below. I think Todd handled this whole situation appropriately. I mean, I think that Kandi probably had to, stop him from, going all the way in like he might have wanted to. And obviously, a lot of times the guys will want to respect the fact that this is the women's show. But a lot of times they get pulled into it in some type of crazy way. And it's always usually by a cast member that's not usually even in a relationship. But that's neither here nor there. We can get into that topic on another day. That's all for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.